The annals of ancient history record a profound moment in the life of Abraham, marked by the passing of his beloved wife, Sarah. Her lifespan, a remarkable 127 years, concluded in the land of Canaan. This longevity speaks to a life lived through significant historical epochs and personal trials. Sarah's death occurred in Kiriath Arba, a place later known as Hebron, situated within the very heart of the land promised to Abraham's descendants. This location, already significant, would soon become even more so through the events that followed. Her passing marked the end of an era for Abraham and his household. Upon her death, Abraham performed the customary mourning rites, a solemn observance reflecting the deep sorrow and respect due to his wife. These rituals were an integral part of ancient Near Eastern culture, signifying loss and communal grief. His lamentation was a public display of his profound personal bereavement. Following these initial expressions of grief, Abraham took a decisive, albeit painful, step. He rose from the side of his deceased wife, compelled by the immediate practical necessity of securing a proper resting place for her. This action underscored his role as a patriarch and provider, even in the throes of sorrow. At this juncture, Abraham's status in the land was that of a resident alien, a sojourner among the Hittites. Despite his wealth and influence, he possessed no permanent land rights or ancestral burial grounds within Canaan. This transient status presented a significant challenge. Driven by the urgent need to inter Sarah with dignity, Abraham approached the local Hittite community. His request was specific: to purchase a piece of property that would serve as a permanent burial ground for his family. This was not merely a transaction but a foundational act. The primary purpose of this intended purchase was to bury his dead wife, Sarah, in a manner befitting her stature and their shared history. A proper burial was paramount, ensuring her memory and providing a sacred space for mourning. It was a final act of devotion and respect. The Hittites, upon hearing Abraham's plea, responded with remarkable generosity and respect. Their initial offer was to allow Abraham to bury his dead in any of their choicest burial sites, freely and without cost. This gesture highlighted their high regard for the patriarch. They recognized Abraham not merely as a wealthy foreigner, but acknowledged him as an elect of God among them. This title, reflecting his spiritual standing and divine favor, underscored their reverence for him. Such recognition was a testament to Abraham's character and reputation. The Hittites further assured Abraham that none among them would deny him a burial ground. This collective affirmation demonstrated their willingness to accommodate his needs and their respect for his family. It was a powerful statement of hospitality and goodwill. Despite their generous offer, Abraham maintained his resolve for a specific arrangement. He bowed low before the local citizens, a gesture of profound humility and respect, reiterating his desire to purchase land rather than accept a gift. His persistence was rooted in a deeper understanding of future claims. Abraham then made a specific appeal, asking the Hittites to intercede with Ephron, the son of Zohar. This request indicated that the property he desired belonged to a particular individual within their community. His approach was strategic and diplomatic. The desired property was the cave of Machpelah, which was located at the edge of Ephron's field. This particular cave held significance, perhaps due to its size, location, or natural suitability for a tomb. Abraham had a clear vision for his family's resting place. Abraham's condition for the acquisition was unequivocal. He intended to purchase it at its full price, specifically for use as a burial place. He sought a legitimate, undeniable claim, not a temporary concession or a charitable donation. This insistence on purchase was crucial for establishing permanent rights. Ephron, the owner of the desired field and cave, was present among the Hittites sitting on the town council. His presence in this public forum meant the negotiation would be conducted openly, with witnesses. This added a layer of formality and transparency to the proceedings. Ephron, perhaps influenced by the communal respect for Abraham, made an initial counteroffer. He proposed to give Abraham both the field and the cave as a gift, free of charge. This was a grand gesture, seemingly designed to honor Abraham publicly. Ephron explicitly stated that this gift was offered in the presence of his kinsmen, the Hittites. This public declaration was meant to solidify the offer and ensure its legitimacy within their community. It was a culturally significant act of generosity. However, Abraham firmly rejected the gift, insisting instead on paying the full price of the field. His refusal was not a slight but a calculated move to establish an unassailable legal claim. He understood the profound implications of ownership. Abraham's rationale for this insistence stemmed from his understanding of the significance of establishing a permanent claim. A purchased property, unlike a gift, conferred undeniable and perpetual rights, crucial for his descendants in the Promised Land. This foresight was characteristic of his leadership. Abraham then reiterated his plea to Ephron, urging him to accept payment for the field. He sought a transaction that would leave no room for future dispute or revocation. His determination to secure a legitimate purchase was unwavering. Ephron, having heard Abraham's steadfast refusal of a gift, then stated his price for the property. He named 400 shekels of silver, a substantial sum in that era. This figure represented the full market value, or perhaps even a premium, for such a desirable plot. Ephron rhetorically minimized the price, asking, "What is that between you and me?" This phrase, while seemingly dismissive of the cost, was a common ancient Near Eastern idiom. It often served to imply that the price was a trifle, yet it firmly established the amount. Abraham, without further negotiation, accepted Ephron's terms. He understood the importance of the acquisition and was prepared to meet the stated price. His immediate agreement demonstrated his earnestness and his financial capacity. The method of payment was precise and traditional for the time. Abraham weighed out the silver, ensuring the exact amount was transferred. This practice predated standardized coinage, relying on accurate measurement of precious metals. The exact payment amount was 400 shekels of silver, weighed according to the current market value. This detail underscores the meticulous nature of the transaction and its adherence to established commercial practices. It was a fair and recognized exchange. Crucially, the payment was made in the hearing of the Hittites, who served as witnesses to the entire transaction. Their presence ensured the legality and transparency of the purchase. This public act solidified the transfer of ownership. The property conveyed was Ephron's field in Machpelah, facing Mamre. This specific geographical description precisely defined the boundaries of the acquired land. It was a clearly delineated parcel, now legally belonging to Abraham. The inclusions in the purchase were comprehensive, encompassing not only the cave itself but also all trees within the limits of the field. This ensured that Abraham acquired the entire parcel, with all its natural features and resources. Nothing was left ambiguous. Thus, the property was legally conveyed to Abraham by purchase, in the presence of the Hittites. This formal transfer of ownership established Abraham's first undisputed land claim in Canaan. It was a landmark event, meticulously documented through public witness. Following the successful acquisition, Abraham proceeded to bury his wife, Sarah, in the cave of the field of Machpelah. This solemn act fulfilled his immediate purpose and provided a sacred resting place for his beloved companion. It was a moment of both sorrow and profound accomplishment. The location of the burial, facing Mamre, also known as Hebron, in the land of Canaan, held immense significance. It was not merely a grave, but a permanent marker within the very territory promised to his descendants. This act rooted his family in the land. The primary significance of this purchase extended far beyond Sarah's burial. It provided Abraham and his descendants with their first tangible land rights in the Promised Land. This was not a temporary dwelling, but an eternal possession, secured through legal means. This acquisition established a physical and undeniable connection to the land of Canaan. It transformed Abraham from a mere sojourner into a landowner, albeit of a small plot, within the territory destined for his lineage. It was a foundational step in the fulfillment of the divine covenant. The emphasis on the legal details of the transaction underscored the lasting claim to the land for Abraham's lineage. The public negotiation, the precise payment, and the numerous witnesses ensured that this ownership could never be disputed. It was a meticulously executed act with enduring consequences for generations to come.